How do you find your sales opportunities today? Well, I'll tell you, the vast majority of people use the phone and do cold calling or wait for leads to come in. And, you know, neither of those ways work. And I used to use the phone. When I first started in sales, roughly a quarter century ago, I would have to use the phone, pick it up and smile and dial and try to generate business. Now, Baylor University down in the US has written a report called Has Cold Calling Gone Dead? And what they did was they actually used Keller Williams Realty to take a look at the statistics against cold calling. So what happened was there was over 6,000 phone calls, 28% answered, 55% didn't answer, and literally 17% were non-working numbers. So just a little over a quarter of them answered. What they found was they only ended up with 19 appointments, or 0.3% on the total and 1% on the answered calls. So this is dramatically, it just does not work. If you're doing cold calling to try to find clients, then literally 99.7% of the time it's not working, and that's the definition of insanity. So just to give you an example of how LinkedIn works, I worked for a company for a while that had a cold calling Friday campaign that they used to do. On average, most of the reps that were in the company would get 1 to 2 meetings over a 3-hour period. Now, I can also tell you this, most of the salespeople in this company were virtual and didn't work in an office. So I'm almost guaranteeing you that they did not spend 3 hours on the phone cold calling, because it would drive them nuts if they did that. But most of them averaged 1 to 2 meetings over a 3-hour period. I leveraged LinkedIn and never picked up the phone once on these cold call Fridays, and I would get anywhere between 10 to 20 meetings every time they held these events. Like I say, I didn't pick up the phone once, and I usually did it in less than an hour.